Bead fringing. Bead fringing, when you do bead fringing with a needle, can be a little bit tricky sometimes, because often what happens is that you thread on all the beads that you want to use, you go around the stopper bead, and then you push the needle back up through those beads, and often what will happen is the point of the needle will split the thread, making it impossible to pull the thread through. So this way is a much quicker way. So what you need to do is thread in sequence onto a spool thread all the beads that you're going to use for your fringe. Here I've put black beads, which will be my stopper beads, as you can kind of see there. Have some empty thread. I can't give you an exact amount of empty thread because it rather depends on how long the fringe is going to be. So empty thread. And then you take hold of the stopper bead between your forefinger and thumb on your right hand, if you're right-handed. Wrap the thread around your forefinger and middle finger on your left hand, and then drop that stopper bead down between the loop and pull off a slip knot. Don't pull it too tight because you do need it to slip. Then what you need to do is push the hanger across like so, and you will see that there are two threads together and one on its own, and that one thread on its own is the one that's sticking out the end here where you don't want it. So you need to pull that thread back out of the way, and now you can see there's a tiny little knot. And you also don't want that knot there, because that knot won't make it easy for you to stitch the fringe in place. So hold on to the stopper bead and hold on to the cut end of the thread and pull until that knot disappears. And what happens is that knot moves right the way down to the bottom here, just behind the stopper bead, and there's a fringe. Now you can also make fringes with little picots on, like so. So what you do is you thread up the beads, and I've left little blocks of coloured beads in threes so that we can make this picot. Same thing again, leave some empty thread, only this time you take hold of the 3 beads that are going to form the picot on the stopper. You wrap the thread around your forefinger and middle finger to make a slip knot, and drop all 3 beads down the gap between your knuckles and pull the slip knot off with the 3 beads on. Then you can push the line of beads that you want to be the hanger across, and again you can see you've got 1 line of thread on its own and 2 together. And that one line of thread is there, so you pull that back. You don't need this knot because the knot will get in the way if you want to sew it on. Hold the 3 stopper beads and pull until the knot disappears inside that line of beads and ends up here. And there you have a little picot. One of my students suggested that to me. Thank you, Joe. It's been really useful, because then we went on to make loops as well. So same thing again, you have to thread up the beads in sequence, and I've got, I think there's about 9 beads there, which we're going to turn into a loop. So some empty thread, beads for the loop. Tie a slip knot around your fingers and drop all those beads down that gap and pull off the slip knot. Push across that line of beads. Again, we've got 1 on its own, which is this one here. So we need to pull that one back. Hold on to the loop of beads and pull, so that knot disappears down inside that loop. sometimes it twists a little bit. You have to work out just how many beads you will need to create that loop at the end, so a bit of experimentation will help. Fringing the easy way. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you. Bye.